Hey, welcome back. We're back in Timberborn in our Oakspire Heights colony. And last time we got in some new industry, but we're having some power issues, some major power issues. So we're going to deal with that today. And we started on our reservoir. It looks like we've got a little bit of dynamite in here and there. In fact, let's go ahead and take out what we can of that. That looks nice. Let's go ahead and take out this over here. That might leave us a little problem there, but that's okay. And then we were going to come over just a little farther on this, weren't we? Yep. I believe that was going to go there. And then let's go ahead and... You know what? What we could do here is just keep this as some land to possibly farm. Let's say... if we do something like this, we take out even more of this unevenness here. So something like this, and that, and we'll eventually take out all of this. I don't see anything that blowing that up will cause issues. We'll find out eventually. But let's go ahead. We'll finish this row, and we'll put in a sluice here. Aqueducts. Nope, not aqueducts. What was I thinking? I want a sluice here. And then we can do this here. That'll keep water in here. Well, let's just not blow those up. Let's just save that. We'll come across here. And then we'll do sluices. Where'd that go? We'll do sluices at the bottom here. Believe... Yep, that water falls down right in front of it. We'll say, yep, let's take all this out, and we'll take out this here. Get in. Nope, not more sluices, that's for sure. We don't need those. We'll get those in. I'm going to need, it looks like this, to be able to take out this stuff here. Which we can do. That's not a problem. There we go. We'll get rid of all of that. And do we have the ability to build some ladders over in the corner here? It kind of looks like we do. Back up here. How high do we want this? Find out. I want it to go up to this right here. Might make it a little difficult to install, but we can put ladders in multiple corners. That's how high we're going to want it for now. I don't know why it keeps putting a brick over there. We don't want that. And then come across this way. This will probably eat through our logs fairly quickly. But we've got plenty of places that just have logs sitting around that aren't doing that much. So let's go ahead and we'll plan for this. Yep, looks like that corner might be okay. And then we're going to add a double exit over here, just for any excess water that we might or might not get. These we don't need to build, though. They can handle those. And then from there, we just need to add on to the top of this. Whatever will fit. There we go. That can go under there. Another layer here. And one more layer right there. And that should catch most of the water from here. The only trick I can see is that eventually there will be some bad water. So let's first of all plan for the good water sluice. Come out this way. We'll get one going this way. And then... Well, we we might have to go bad water sluice this away. But we'll hold off on putting that in because we want dynamite. In fact, we might want 2 deep dynamite. I don't have any extract, so we're just going to have to go with a double single deep one here. It can come straight out the map, and we'll go underneath and out to the side over here. Means that'll have to come out, and this will have to come out. Is there something holding this up? Demolish that. Let's get a ladder down there so that we can fill that in with something else. Actually, can I just do that? Yeah. Put a ladder down there so that they're able to get over there. That takes care of that. And then we'll put something back on top of there. And we'll cap this off here just as soon as we've got that. Oh, look, we've got better well-being yet. With that large-scale project underway, it's time to, nope, not take a break, do another large-scale project, which we're working on out here. This should be, let's see. Nope, those should be 2s. Let's go ahead, get the 2s in that we need. In fact, let's turn off the water so we can see what we're doing. There we go. 2s, just to align those, and then the 3s across the top here. And it looks like up here, we need 6 more places for beavers to live. So let's go ahead and see if we can just fit them in the side here. We'll do that, and we'll get single platforms underneath here if possible. And then, well, looks like we need a double here. Are you a double? You're a double. There we go. Their lakefront property is slowly declining in value, but they'll have to live with what they get. We seem to be generating a decent surplus of power most of the time. So I'd like to get maybe a bigger flywheel to help save some of the wind power that we get. And we'll just have these 2 engines as backups. Right now they're kind of paused because the batteries aren't low enough. We've got a mod that turns them on only when needed. So let's go ahead and we're going to dynamite this area out, and we'll make it for storage. I don't think we're going to need this anymore. We're actually going to take our little colony out here, and let's see if we can find some nice places for food storage. We get a couple of these in here. Let's do 1, 2, 3. How many do I have? 4? Okay, we'll do 4 of those. And as for this spare water, let's go ahead and we'll put you right on the corner here. That can be for water as well. There we go. And we've even got up to 16 well-being now. So that's doing pretty well. Once these are built, we'll move all of this out of here. And then we'll use some of our science to get the largest wheel. In the meantime, though, let's see if we can... There it is. Grab a couple more things on the scientific projects. We'll increase carrying capacity. Wheelbarrows. Yep, there we go. We don't need the emergency stuff yet because we're not in a big problem. Let's see. Bad weather warnings. You know what? That might not be terrible. Let's grab a couple of those. Yep. And then we can activate that should we need better predictions. Let's see. We don't need this cycle. Starlit, precision. Nope. Hydrolysis. Increase your water sources. We don't quite need that yet. Maybe at some point we might. And I think we're officially considered Irontooth. So only one of these works, which is strange. I feel like for this, both of them should work. But we'll come back to that when we maybe need them more. Up here in our more rural area where we've got most of our farms. I think we're going to plant some wheat. I don't know if we'll get to using it this time, but we will see. Oh, they've got a monsoon. Of course, as soon as we get rid of our backup area, they give us a monsoon, but that's okay. We have got the upper level now, and what we could simply do is let's go ahead and find a place to maybe put in a couple of those temporary housing places. The barracks. I build, oops, right off the edge of the world. Can I build the barracks? For now, we'll build a barracks there and there. I don't know if that's going to be enough. Is there another place we could build them? Yeah, we could build a couple of temporary ones right here. There we go. Let's say that those are high priority. There we go. And we'll send them up here for a couple of days. We might not have enough water. Well, we've got this whole thing right here. So we'll see if that helps us out or if maybe those get flooded out. But we'll see what happens with this next monsoon. They got our dynamite done down here at least, so we can go ahead and take that out. There we go. And let's go ahead and say, while we're here, no more stuff in any of these. And none in there. We'll set all of these up to actually be what they're supposed to be for. Let's go with the berries. But it's mostly for going out. Let's go with the kohlrabis in this one. Also going out. Where's those kohlrabis at? I can never... There they are. Going out. Your carrots. So carrots can go out. And grilled potatoes. Definitely going to need grilled potatoes. Going out. There is the... Where's the grilled potatoes? Grilled potatoes. There we go. Definitely want to connect it in there, though. And then water. That should be here once that's all done. But now we can make the big purchase for a flywheel, and we'll do one of the large horizontal framed ones. And I'm just going to put it right here. There we go. Is there anything special that it needs? We don't have treated planks yet. We'll have to get the treated plank place, but it's still going to take a minute to get everything for it anyway. Let's go ahead and build in a couple more things here. We're going to need stairs, go up and over. There we go. We're going to take a power line out to it and go here. In fact, they can go all the way up to it, and then we'll just do the vertical ones and then a regular one. There we go. Put in a ladder here so they can reach those on the top. Yeah, they should be able to reach up there and connect in the platform here. There we go. And let's say that these, just in case, are the high priority, so we know that those get done and that we can still use these whenever things come through. I just noticed after a couple of seasons, this water is back. So let's see if we can toss in a dam right here, blocking that up. And we'll say, yep, go ahead and do that. And maybe that'll get in before the end of the day. Maybe not. If I up the working hours to 20, can somebody go over there and take care of that? There we go. They're working quick on it. Still not enough hours, though. Oh well. We'll live. We don't need any green area in there for any particular reason anyway, so we should be all right. With the monsoon started, we're going to send everybody up to the other district here. District 4 is going to go to District 6. We'll send everybody up there. And they'll have to last, looks like 7 days. I don't know if we'll have enough room for them up here. There we go. They're all filing in. Hopefully these two will be enough to pull in enough water for them. We don't have a lot for them to do, really. Maybe we should consider getting some... Oh, a lot of these are washed out. Well, at least they're not getting horribly flooded. Because it's still pouring down here during the monsoon season. You know, the more I look at it, it's just regular water. It's not bad water at the moment. We might have capped some of those off, so we can actually probably send them back. Let's do that. Migrate population. They have 68 jobs, so we'll say they need at least 70. And we will say, okay, migrate them. We still have too many people up here, so we're going to send them back to the other one. They need 17, so we'll send District 10 to, let's see. We'll just send them all back this way. 27 minimum? Why do they have 27? They only have 17 jobs. Oh, probably at the moment they only have that. And I'm guessing that these guys will need 90 eventually. So we'll just do that. And we'll see who can and who can't go to work at the moment. Looks like we've used all our water up here, and I don't think I want to let these beavers go on their own, so I'm going to toss in. We'll see if it'll let me somehow. There we go. I put that up to maximum importance. Can we get somebody to build that and maybe somebody to work there so that these 18 beavers can have some kind of water income? There we go. We'll let that go for now. Kind of an emergency pump, and we'll see how that works out. Dynamite's in over here, so let's go ahead. We'll take out the first row, but we're also going to need a second row here taken out. We'll go ahead and... Oh, the wall popped up right in front of me. Let's see if we can do this. There we go. And we're just going to go down a little bit farther. And then on this level, do we have enough to grab one of the tunnels? Yeah, we sure do. So we're going to say that here. We want that there. And that should get it out of the map for us. Even though we're having a bit of a power issue here, I'm going to go ahead and put in wood workshop here. There we go. Because we're going to need that. At some point, I should probably switch these out for better wheels. You know, we've got a little bit of power drive here and there. Maybe we can work on that now. Let's see what we can do. Power generators. We have a large water wheel. Can we fit this in here somehow? I don't know that that would actually fit in this portion of the river. It may fit there, but it may not because of that. Would it be worth these? What about regular water wheels? Those should have slightly better. What is this one doing? This one is 60 and 90. Nope, the two of those together is probably better than the 135 that that'll give us. So, still waiting on these. They seem to be okay. Our power is holding out. They're able to do most of the stuff they can. Also, it looks like I got to turn those back on. Still don't have mushrooms. We'll do the cassavas since it looks like we're a bit low on them here and there. We've dug the second layer of the trench out here. We can go ahead and take care of those. Looks like they're still working on this over here. Let's see if we can get that in to maybe give them a little bit of a hand of getting that in there. But now that we've got our second layer in there and they're going to install that, we'll have to figure out how we want to deal with the bad water here. So let's see. We need... let's go with the platforms. There we go. And this can fall down on top of this here. So those can go there. Those can go there. And then we're just going to do levees on top of them. I could do impermeable, but let's just do the levees for now and see what we've got. Oh, there goes the monsoon. Luckily, we get to now start just the rainy season. So we'll come in here. Now that should be able to block that off and block this off. And then we'll get another one on this side when they're all done over here. Now we just need a 2 platform. Nope, sorry, 3 platform. There we go. And we can put another one on top here. And that will take care of any bad water that comes through here. We've made our own bad water discharge tunnel. This place is doing pretty well for food, but they don't have too much going on yet. And until we get the lake covered up, it might be a bit of an issue. So what I want to do is I want to find a place that we can actually make some planks and put in some trees so that we don't completely lose out of all of that. Right now, the trees are looking good kind of over here, maybe, but we'll have to come around this way. So let's go ahead and we'll just take out a couple of crops here right along the edge of the river. There we go. And we'll put in forester here. Let's put in, say, how about right there? And how are our potatoes doing overall? Do I need... Yeah, I do need to keep those up there. So we'll keep an eye on those potatoes. But we will go ahead, connect the road in. And that can go as soon as it can. We'll say, you know what, let's just go ahead and take out that many. It should be fine. It'll be fine, right? And we'll do 2 lumberjacks here, 1 there and 1 there, and we will put in trees. Oak. There we go. I do the tree replace. They're removing them quick enough. We'll just do oak everywhere here. All of this down here. And now if I do the tree replace, if I go oak, so let me go over all of the top of those. There we go. That can all go. And put in the last of our oak here. We should be all right. Now that we've got those in, we can come up here. We can toss in, oh, let's see, what do we need? How about a power generator? Let's grab power generators. Let's grab maybe a couple of these. Do I need a 2 tall one? Kind of looks like I do. We'll do a 2 here. Yep. Grab you. You can go there. And then we'll just get some planks made up here. So, oh, let's do power. Flywheels. Do I need a medium? Should I do a flat one? Let's see. Medium flat one. A medium flat one, I could probably replace some of these and just have them underneath. I did this and take that out. We put a 1 down here. And of course, their only way in there at the moment is through there. So that's going to make it difficult. Well, we'll have to maybe bridge around. There we go. 1 there. Put 1 here. A couple more here. Can we grab a bridge? Extension bridge. Something like this. Yep. There we go. That can go there. Once those are in, I can take that out, and we'll take this out as well. Let's go with the flywheels again. Generators. Sorry, storage. That's what we need. Horizontal one. Yep. Horizontal one. Yep. And then here we'll put that in. And then we can store power. And we can hopefully transfer power to them just by connecting in. So that can go there. We'll get 2 power. Yep, just like so. That'll connect those two. And then we just need, well, we need some lumber mills up here. We'll do this and that, and maybe a gear workshop just in case we ever need it. Don't know if we will or not. Once, oops, didn't need to put that in there, did I? These can all come out of there. They can work on all these when they have time, and then we'll go back to working on this here. Is that not marked to remove? I feel like that should be marked to remove. I think they can get to it. We'll find out here. I finally got the dynamite done here, so let's take that out. There we go. Now we can put in some more carrots here for now. Eventually that might change, but I figure the extra food couldn't hurt. Now that we have a more stable energy source over here, I'm going to go ahead and we're going to see if we can up the number of plank factories that we have, as that seems to be kind of a point at the moment. So what we're going to do there is I'm just going to go underneath the road and hope that no beaver stands on it. In fact, we could probably do one of these, and then do a tunnel here. And we should be okay. Yeah, we should be okay. Let's tell them to make that a priority. And then we'll just come out of the back of this and we will put in a whole bunch of lumber mills over here. And we'll just kind of use this area. So whatever we happen to need at the moment kind of area, just swap them out with whatever we are going for. I was just looking at this again, and something that we could do, we could stack all of these on top of each other to gain us a little bit more room. We could do that. We could do this. We could take those out of there. Let's see. There's 1, 2, 1. Okay, so those can go up there. We'll put in some ladders. Maybe something like this, something like this. We can go there and there. Let's go ahead and get our power in. There we go, 1 and 2. You can go on top here. Once those are in, I can move that out of the way. But there's no planks in here, so no point in keeping that. But I can do this and get some more treated planks made. Looks like it's our day for monsoons. We've got a second monsoon started, but that's okay. We'll live. We know what places get flooded and what places don't. So we just kind of have to wait it out this time. But I think our waiting out, we'll take a look at that next time, as we've got just a couple of projects to take care of. And hopefully we can get a lot of this filled in and go from there. But until then, just want to say thank you very much for stopping by and hope to see you next time. Bye.